good.
This is the special meeting for May 3rd, 2021 at 6:20 p.m. We will call it to order and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Madam Clerk, can you take roll?
Pemberton,
Here.
Lebrecht,
Here.
Benoit,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
Chair Cease.
Here.
You have a quorum, Chair.
Thank you. Do we have any citizen comments?
We do not.
Okay. We do need to have a motion for the approval of the agenda and the consent agenda.
I move that we approve the agenda and consent agenda.
I second that.
Lebrecht second.
Thank you. Are we able to move on or?
We'll vote.
Okay.
Approval of the agenda and
that's
consent
right.
agenda, if there's no discussion, sorry. Benoit,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Lebrecht,
Yes.
Pemberton,
Yes.
Chair Cease.
Yes.
The agenda and consent agenda have been approved.
There are no special orders, presentations, or reports. There is no unfinished business. Tonight, we are working on voting the nomination for the Annual Historic Preservation Award and then drafting the proclamation. So let's begin with discussing the nomination itself. So Liberty Miller, if you've looked at your packets, received a multiple of nominations. And that was for what she did last October. It was fantastic. She generated a lot of community activity. It was really special because during COVID, it gave people something to go out for and have a bit of fun. So that's fantastic. The other nominee is Colleen Kelly. Colleen Kelly works at the library. She has for years worked behind the scenes. Others have tried to nominate her, but she has refused. And I feel that Colleen absolutely should be awarded this year based on all the time and effort that she has put in on this CLG project. Okay, who would like to go next? Well, this is discussion.
Well, I'd like to make a motion and then we can discuss the motion. Is that appropriate?
Yes.
Yes. I would like to move that we award both of these worthy folks the Seward Historic Preservation Award for 2021. And I'd like, Liberty has received multiple forms, and what she's done has been really superb. Colleen has labored for a long time in the background, and I don't see why we can't give 2 awards. So I'd like to move that we present both these ladies with the Seward Historic Preservation Award 2021.
I'd just like to say, I went to the cemetery tour this past year. It's the first time I'd ever been to one, and I was really super impressed and inspired. And I thought that it was a great thing to do to get the community interested in our history. It was amazing. So I applaud Liberty for all of her work on doing that. I've never met her, but I think that's fantastic. I also want to say that I have been working many, many hours on the historic sign project that we're working on. And Colleen has been an immense help. I mean, I cannot count the number of hours that she has put in providing guidance, history, photographs, editing all of these signs. It's just a huge amount of work, and she has been an amazing help to make this project happen. If it wasn't for her, we would not be getting it done. It's way above and beyond what you expect of any volunteer or partner, the amount of work that she's done. Plus, I know that being a member of the Resurrection Bay Historical Society, which she's done for many, many years, she's always back behind the scenes doing all these things. She's just an incredible resource for Seward as far as history goes. And obviously somebody who has, other people have thought that she should be nominated for years and years, and even if she has said, no, please don't do that, I still think that we should, and that she really, really deserves it.
She said yes this year.
Do we have a second to Commissioner
No, we
Ward's
don't.
motion, and then we can continue discussion?
So the motion is to do 2 awards this year.
Award Liberty Miller and Colleen Kelly the 2021 HP Awards.
And if we second it, does that mean it's just to discuss?
Just to discuss. We haven't voted.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Pemberton or Commissioner LeBrecq, do you have any comments?
This Commissioner LeBrecq, I absolutely do. So I'd say aside from all the things that we know that she helped us with 100+ pictures, I sat in the office with her and went over the properties I was working on, and she was effusive. I can't think of any other word. Like, that's not just a job or an assignment. That's like a life's work. I mean, she got me excited.
Yeah.
And so she was digging up nuggets, and she was just so excited about it that it made me that much more enthralled. So I have to say that it's really enthusiasm and love of history that is so remarkable in addition to the proficiency.
Commissioner LeBrecq, this is Commissioner Cease. I would like to echo what you said. She spent a lot of time with me as well. And as we heard, Marianne, and I know that she did with Commissioner Ward. So she is a valuable link to Seward's history. Commissioner Pemberton.
Yeah, not having worked with either of these ladies or, not being familiar with their work, it sounds to me like if we can give out 2 awards, I think that'll work well. I think that's what we should do.
Thank you. Commissioner LeBrecq. How
Yes.
are you in agreement for awarding 2? Awarding?
100%.
Okay, thank you.
100% in agreement, but those are both really good.
Yes. Commissioner Ward.
I'm just making this statement for the record. I am not very familiar with Liberty Miller, but in going through some of the, and I just want this on the record, is she was evidently one of the mover and shakers for getting the new gravestone for Mary Lowell, which has been missing for quite some time. So I think that's just, another reason that we need both these ladies, but I'd like to have that in the record because that's something that I think was quite an achievement because that's been missing for a good long time. I didn't realize that. I'm just reading through the paperwork.
I have a question. Have we ever awarded 2 before? Is this like a brand new
Yes,
thing?
yes, we have.
Okay, is it common for us to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I believe last year was 2, and if I'm not mistaken, it might have been 2018, wasn't it, that they did 3? Yeah.
Yeah, last year was John French and Ira Starling.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to ask our administration for any comments.
Well, thank you. I'll take my mask off so I can speak clearly. Oh yeah, there's definitely been a long history of multiple awards for the historic preservation per year. And that's probably because we often have so many deserving
Right.
nominations. So that's really remarkable about Seward. And I don't have experience with Liberty Miller's tour, but all the nomination forms about her work is really impressive. The enthusiasm for that, I think, is really remarkable. So I think it definitely deserves recognition. And I personally, along with other museum staff, have tried to nominate Colleen Kelly to recognize the tremendous amount of time and dedication and enthusiasm that she puts into the work with RVHS. So to see her recognized for, you know, the work also with the historic walking tour, I think is really, really wonderful. So really excited to see both of these.
Thank you, Ms. Kingsland.
Ready for a vote?
Am I allowed at this point to call a vote for 2 awards, awarding Liberty and awarding Colleen?
Yes.
Madam Chair, can you do that, please?
So award Liberty Miller and Colleen Kelly the 2021 Historic Preservation Awards. LeBrec,
Yes.
Pemberton,
Yes.
Benoit,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Chair Cease.
Yes.
This has been approved, and the 2021 HP Awards will go to Liberty Miller and Colleen Kelly.
Yay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The next order of business is drafting the proclamations to present the award at the May 10th, next Monday, 2021 City Council meeting. And what we have is irises from last year. And of course, this is going to be personal to her. So we have to, you know, put in Colleen's dedication information and Liberty Miller's, including the October cemetery tour, but then also Mary Lowell's headstone. Agreed?
Yep.
Okay. So, I don't want to throw a monkey wrench in this deal, but I would like to be able to leave at 7. I have a meeting, if at all possible. If I cannot, I will stay.
Well, I think what we just have to do is just to go through this and do our whereases. So what are the things that we want to list for Colleen? We start with one we're more familiar with. I think it's just pretty clear that whereas Colleen Kelly.
May I call on Ms. Kingsland?
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Kingsland, you're more familiar with what Colleen has done over the years. Could you give us a statement? We know what she's doing with us, but I know she's been doing this for a long time.
Just a point of order, are we planning to try and vote on this tonight? Then it's just a matter of printing up. Is that what we're planning to try and do?
That's completely up to y'all. I mean, you can appoint one person to work on it with.
We don't have to
Valerie
come
if
back,
you wanna do
we
that.
don't have to come back and vote on it.
No,
Okay.
that's up to y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, and if I could just say,
Yes.
that also, you know, to make sure that we have the points that you want in there, but I can send out a draft of it too. So I can, you know, try to compose it, send out a draft, maybe to a couple people. Can only do 2 people, I think, right?
Right.
Just for review, and maybe do some wordsmithing. How does that sound? Yeah, so you don't have to do a final tonight.
Okay,
Yeah, just,
it's just the
approving
timeline is short.
Yeah, approving the nomination is
Is
the most
biggie.
key feature. And then, when do you need the,
if it's gonna be on next Monday's council meeting, which was the plan, then I'm hoping to have the packet done Wednesday or Thursday at latest.
Okay.
I was looking at that this morning though, and I don't know how you feel about it, but we could push it to the May 24th and give us more time to work on it too.
Yeah.
And that would also allow them more time to work on it at the meeting next week if they would like to do that as well.
Yeah. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
We
I
could
think
do
so,
some
rather than
fact
rush
checking.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'd be good to recognize Colleen's, work with RBHS.
Yes.
and
I was
just
gonna
do
say
a little
more
bit
history, right.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes.
have a little bit more facts in there.
Yes.
And then, also get more familiar with Liberty's
Mhm.
tour.
Yeah,
So,
that She
yeah,
has,
I think
she has
that's great.
several, nomination forms, and it seems like people list, so it'd be pretty easy to go through and pull what's in each one of those lists. There's like 8 or 9 forms.
Yeah.
Along with the typewritten letter about
Right.
her headstone for Mary Lowell, which I believe she worked with Sue McClure on.
So you would do both, or just Colleen?
I would do both.
Okay, and I would
Yeah.
volunteer, I can be one of your people if you wanna forward it to me.
Me
Make
too.
sure you're really good at writing resolutions, but I just wanna make sure you have my new email.
Okay,
So before we
All right.
leave, and then I'd be happy to be one of the wordsmiths.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I when I look at, Cheryl, what you had nominated, all the things that you checked I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll
go
give
through
us some
it.
time to.
Yeah, we can go
draft
through and
the next-
highlight stuff and then make sure it gets in our whereases and we write it up correctly.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so if you're amenable to May 24th, that works for me.
Do we need a vote on that May
Make a
24th?
motion? Yeah. Yeah, you both said you wanted to work with her on it, right? So
Mhm.
you could
Yes.
encompass that into the same motion.
Okay.
All right. I can't make a motion.
Yeah, you can. I move that Valerie Kingsland drafts the proclamation for both Colleen Kelly and Liberty Miller, and that Cheryl Cease and myself, Sue Ward, have volunteered to be on the drafting committee and will assist that. And we will delay presentation to the May 24th city council meeting, all in one motion.
Can I get a second, please?
Well, second.
Thank you, Commissioner LeBrecq.
So Cease, Ward, and Miss Kingsland will draft the proclamations for Liberty Miller and Colleen Kelly for, let's see, the May 24th, 2021 council meeting for the HP Awards.
Yes.
Pemberton,
Yes.
Benoit,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes,
LeBrecq,
Yes.
Chair Cease.
Yes.
This motion has been approved, and Chair Cease and Commissioner Ward, Vice Chair Ward, sorry, will work with Miss Kingsland on these proclamations for the May 24th meeting.
Thank you.
And if I
Yeah,
could just
because-
ask, what is the due date for that?
Let's see, well, we have
for the packet.
Yeah, we have the HP meeting coming up next Thursday. So if we want to bring it back then it'll be next
Okay.
Tuesday. If it's, if we don't bring it back and you just work with those two, then I'll get you that date. Yeah, I just have to look.
So I think she's wanting to know when she needs to have this to you for the May 24th council meeting.
That would be the 18th at noon.
So we'll try for at least a draft to put into the next packet.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
And
so I'll
the-
start working on it this week.
Yeah, and the only thing, I will be in Anchorage on Wednesday. Other than that, I'm pretty available.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kingsland. It's wonderful for you to do that for us.
Absolutely.
All right, commissioners, we had 2 items that we were here for this special meeting. And we have accomplished both of those. So we can be done.
And there's no citizen comments for that second citizen
Oh,
comment
thank
period.
you, yes. Thank you, Deputy Clerk. No citizen comments. There's no informational items or reports. I just want to say thank you to Ms. Kingsland, administration, for her input and willingness to work with us on a very important document. And say thank you to Clerk Stoller for being here to host us and take care of us. And thank you, my commission, for your being here and your participation and your willingness to acknowledge two key citizens for their efforts in keeping Seward's history alive. Oh, also, while I'm at it, I want to thank Commissioner Benoit because she's been working crazy hours trying to get things finished up. Well, all of us, but
Mary Ann,
I just feel like she's
Mary Ann.
got the
carrying the load.
the heavy. All right, commissioners, do any of you have a comment?
I do.
Commissioner Benoit?
I just want to say thank you to the two award winners, just for like all the effort you put into basically sharing the history of Seward with people and getting people excited and inspired and making things happen in the community, because those are the kind of things that get people to care about our history. So when it comes time to protecting that old building that they have, maybe they'll think about trying to save it or fix it up or restore it rather than tearing it down, because they have much more appreciation for our history. And that kind of thing only happens because volunteers and people in the community like both of you make a difference. So thank you so much for all your efforts. And also I just want to say thanks to everyone in the commission for all the hard work they're doing. I know I've been like, had my whip out the last week, like, come on, let's finish this up and get it done on time. So I appreciate you putting up with me. And the end is in sight, so thank you all.
This is Commissioner Ward.
Commissioner?
I would just like to say, echo what Mary Ann, Commissioner Benoit said. We have some really outstanding history, and we have some really outstanding promoters of that history. And so we're very grateful to Colleen Kelly and Liberty Miller as just the latest two that promote Seward history. And I am very excited to work with you, Ms. Kingsland. This will be a first, so I'm excited. Anyway, but thank you to everybody who promotes Seward and Seward's history.
Thank you, Commissioner Ward. Commissioner LeBrecq?
Commissioner LeBrecq echoes those words and have to say that this is definitely worth a special meeting. It's great to recognize the history, something positive at a very difficult time. Again, thank you to all commissioners, and thank you to Commissioner Benoit for doing the heavy lifting right now, but to everyone for doing this work. There's much ahead, getting closer to the finish line. And Director Kingsland, thank you so much for your assistance. I have a few things I owe you, but we had a chance to meet, and it's been super supportive of us getting this project done on time. And thank you to Deputy Clerk Seward. So appreciate you all. We'll see you next week in Seward.
Commissioner Pemberton?
Well, I'd just like to echo all the thanks, since I haven't really worked with anybody yet, but thank you to everybody that's involved in this.
Your time will come.
All right, with that, we are going to adjourn the meeting at 6:45 p.m.
Nice.
Good night.